Welcome to back our channel Rare Coins All World. The 1949 United States 1-cent coin, more commonly known as the penny, is one of the most captivating and storied pieces of American currency. What might appear to be an ordinary, everyday coin holds a fascinating history that ties it directly to the cultural and economic landscape of post-war America. This seemingly simple penny not only reflects the history of its time but also holds great value to collectors and numismatists today. If you've ever wondered why the 1949 penny is so highly regarded, or if you've stumbled across one of these pennies in your pocket change, stick around. By the end of this video, you'll be amazed at how this humble coin has become a coveted treasure worth up to $46,000. To truly appreciate the significance of the 1949 penny, we first need to understand the context in which it was produced. The year 1949 was an important time in the United States, marked by both challenges and opportunities. The country had just emerged from the devastation of World War II, and now, in the late 1940s, the United States was shifting gears into a period of post-war recovery. With the war over, the country was experiencing an economic boom, which brought increased industrial output, a growing middle class, and a sense of optimism about the future. The 1-cent coin, as part of the nation's currency, was no different, an essential coin in everyday transactions, yet one that often went unnoticed, even though it played a vital role in the economy. At the time, the penny was a symbol of everyday life for many Americans. It was a small denomination, often seen as a coin that could be easily overlooked in the hustle and bustle of larger purchases. However, the 1949 penny was not without its own historical importance. The design, first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, remained unchanged in 1949, continuing to feature Lincoln's portrait on the obverse and a pair of wheat ears on the reverse. These images would become iconic and timeless symbols of American history. The obverse of the 1949 penny showcases the bust of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, who guided the nation through its most difficult period, the Civil War. The design by Victor David Brenner, who was an artist commissioned by the U.S. Mint to create the Lincoln cent, was groundbreaking at the time of its release. The realism and emotional depth captured in Lincoln's face, along with the detailed inscription, "In God We Trust," and "Liberty," gave the penny a dignified and respectful look. Even decades later, the design remains one of the most beloved and enduring depictions of a U.S. president on coinage. On the reverse side of the coin, the design features two stalks of wheat, which were symbols of prosperity in agriculture, reflecting the agrarian roots of the United States. This wheat design, often referred to as the wheat cent, was used on the penny from 1909 until 1958. The symbolism behind the wheat stalks is quite powerful, representing the hard-working American farmer, the backbone of the nation's economy at the time, and the growth and prosperity the country had achieved post-war. In the context of 1949, when the country was recovering from the war, these wheat stalks served as a hopeful symbol of the nation's continued economic expansion and strength. Now, while the design of the 1949 penny may seem familiar to many, the minting process behind it is what sets this coin apart in terms of its collector appeal. The U.S. Mint had been producing pennies for years, and the process used to strike these coins was fairly consistent in 1949. However, it's important to remember that not all pennies are created equal. In fact, the minting of coins involves several steps, from the creation of master dies to the striking of the coin, and even slight variations in the production process can make one coin more valuable than another. In 1949, the U.S. Mint operated several facilities across the country, with the main mints located in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. These mints were responsible for producing millions of pennies each year, ensuring the nation's economy had enough circulating coinage. However, not all pennies from 1949 are the same. There are differences in mint marks that can have a significant impact on the coin's value. Coins minted at the Philadelphia Mint, for example, do not feature any mint mark, while those produced at the Denver Mint are marked with a small d, and those struck in San Francisco have an S mint mark. Of these three varieties, the 1949 penny, minted in San Francisco, is the most desirable and valuable among collectors. This is primarily due to the fact that fewer pennies were struck at the San Francisco Mint that year, making the 1949 version rarer than its Philadelphia and Denver counterparts. The scarcity of the 1949 penny has made it a prime target for coin collectors looking to add it to their collection, and this coin has steadily gained in value over the years. However, it's important to note that the condition of the coin also plays a significant role in determining its value. A penny that has been in circulation for decades, showing signs of wear and tear, is worth far less than one that has been well preserved in mint condition. Coin collectors and dealers use a grading scale to evaluate the condition of a coin, ranging from poor, P1, to mint state, MS70. A coin that shows little to no wear, with clear, sharp details and a pristine surface, can command a much higher price than one that has been heavily worn. For the 1949 penny, a coin in mint condition, particularly one that has been carefully stored and preserved in a protective holder, can fetch impressive sums at auctions. While a worn 1949 penny may only be worth a few dollars, coins in top condition, with few to no signs of wear, can be worth thousands. The allure of the 1949 penny lies in its rarity, historical significance, and the condition of the coin. Over the years, as collectors have become more discerning and more coins from this era have been carefully preserved, the value of the 1949 penny has steadily increased. If you happen to find one of these coins in excellent condition, you could be in possession of something truly special. Coins in the highest grades, such as MS65 or MS66, are particularly sought after, and their value can skyrocket, especially if they feature minimal blemishes or flaws. Now, you may be wondering, just how much is a 1949 penny worth today? The value of a 1949 penny, depending on its condition, can range dramatically. While coins in lower grades may only be worth a few dollars, well-preserved specimens, especially those in uncirculated condition, have been known to sell for extraordinary prices. The highest grades of the 1949 penny, some of the most pristine examples of the coin, have been known to fetch as much as $46,000, yes, that's right, $46,000 for a single 1949 penny. This staggering figure is a reflection of the coin's rarity, its place in history, and its desirability among collectors. So, if you happen to come across a 1949 penny in your collection or find one tucked away in a jar of old coins, it might just be worth your while to take a closer look. You could be holding a coin that is worth far more than you ever imagined. The 1949 penny is a perfect example of how something as small and seemingly insignificant as a 1-cent coin can hold immense historical and financial value. Whether it's the symbolism of Abraham Lincoln, the agriculture represented by the wheat design, or the rarity of a high-grade 1949 penny, this coin encapsulates the beauty and complexity of American currency. As with all collectibles, the key to understanding their value lies in their history, their rarity, and their condition, and the 1949 penny offers an exciting opportunity for collectors to own a piece of American history that could be worth a small fortune. Today's video is just for you. We're diving deep into the fascinating world of the 1993 wheat penny, an often overlooked coin that could actually be worth far more than you might imagine. If you're a seasoned collector or someone just beginning their journey into numismatics, this video will surely captivate your interest. By the end, we'll reveal just how much this wheat penny 1993 could fetch in today's market, and trust me, the number might surprise you. Let's take a moment to set the stage. The Wheat Penny series, which ran from 1909 to 1958, is one of the most iconic and beloved coin series in American history. When you think of classic American coins, the wheat penny immediately comes to mind. Its obverse side features the famous portrait of Abraham Lincoln, while the reverse showcases 2 stalks of wheat, a symbol of the nation's agricultural roots. These coins, especially the early years, are prized by collectors and historians alike. Now, you might be wondering, why are we talking about a 1993 wheat penny today? After all, the wheat penny was officially discontinued in 1958, replaced by the Lincoln Memorial Cent. So how does a 1993 wheat penny even exist, and why is it so valuable? That's exactly what we're here to uncover. In fact, the 1993 wheat penny has become one of the most fascinating and mysterious coins in the world of numismatics, and it all comes down to a very rare and unique phenomenon. The 1993 wheat penny is not actually a regular, everyday coin that was minted and distributed to the public like the ones you'd find in your pocket. Instead, this coin is an example of a mintage error that occurred at the US Mint. These types of error coins are highly coveted by collectors because they're rare, unusual, and often come with a fascinating backstory. Here's what happened. In 1993, the US Mint was still producing coins with the Lincoln Memorial reverse design on most of its pennies. However, a limited number of wheat penny dies, the engraving tools used to strike coins, were mistakenly used during the production of regular pennies. This resulted in a small batch of 1993 pennies being struck with the wheat design, instead of the Lincoln Memorial design that was standard at the time. The result? A 1993 wheat penny, a coin that technically shouldn't even exist. So, how rare are these 1993 wheat pennies, and what makes them so valuable? The first thing to understand is that there was no official minting of the wheat penny in 1993, it was a mistake. Very few of these error coins were produced, making them incredibly hard to find. While the majority of 1993 pennies were minted with the Lincoln Memorial reverse, a handful of the error wheat pennies were unknowingly released into circulation. Because of their extreme rarity and historical significance, they have become one of the most sought-after coins among collectors. To make this coin even more valuable, the condition of the coin plays a massive role in its worth. A 1993 wheat penny in excellent or uncirculated condition can fetch a much higher price than one that has been heavily worn or circulated. Collectors are always on the lookout for coins that have been well preserved, with sharp details and no visible wear and tear. If you have one of these 1993 wheat pennies in pristine condition, you could be sitting on a small fortune, but what makes this coin even more special is that it's not just any ordinary error coin. This particular 1993 wheat penny features the rare combination of historical significance, scarcity, and error that makes it a truly unique find. Error coins in general have a large following, but 1993 wheat pennies stand out because of their connection to one of the most iconic coin designs in American history, the wheat penny reverse. So, let's talk about the value. How much could your 1993 wheat penny be worth? Well, the value can vary significantly depending on the coin's grade, condition, and the presence of other factors like double strikes or minting inconsistencies. If you have a 1993 wheat penny that's in near-perfect condition and has been well preserved, it could potentially be worth a small fortune in the right market. Collectors pay top dollar for coins that are in mint or near-mint condition, especially if the coin is a rare error like the 1993 wheat penny. The value of these coins has been steadily increasing over the years, especially as more and more collectors discover them. Some 1993 wheat pennies have been sold for thousands of dollars at auction, but the most impressive prices have been achieved for coins in mint state, meaning they show no signs of wear and are in as close to perfect condition as possible. These coins are highly prized for their rarity, and as with many rare coins, the value can only increase over time as collectors continue to seek them out. So, let's get to the big question: how much is a 1993 wheat penny really worth? If you're lucky enough to find a 1993 wheat penny in mint condition, you could potentially see it fetch a price of $48,000. Yes, you read that right, $48,000 for a single penny. That's the kind of price these rare and valuable error coins can bring at auction, depending on the specific characteristics of the coin. It's truly amazing to think that something as simple as a penny, an item that's often overlooked and dismissed, could be worth such a huge amount of money. This just goes to show how valuable error coins can be, especially when they feature such a unique and rare occurrence. If you have a 1993 wheat penny tucked away in your collection or in an old jar of change, it's definitely worth your time to take a closer look at it. In conclusion, the 1993 wheat penny is a coin that tells a fascinating story. It's an error coin that should never have existed, but thanks to a small mistake at the US Mint, it now holds a place of great value in the numismatic world. Its rarity, historical significance, and connection to the beloved wheat penny series make it a highly sought-after item for collectors. If you find one in great condition, you could be looking at a coin worth $48,000, a truly remarkable amount for a piece of history that's smaller than the size of a dime. Today, we have something truly special for you. Imagine a coin so steeped in history and intrigue that it's considered one of the most sought-after treasures in the world of numismatics. Yes, you guessed it, we're diving deep into the world of the 1957 wheat penny. This humble yet iconic coin holds secrets and stories that may surprise you. It's not just a piece of currency from the past, it's a treasure that could be worth $70,000. If you've ever been a coin collector, or even just someone who's dug through old jars of change, you may have come across a wheat penny. These coins, with their distinctive wheat stalks on the reverse side, have been a favorite among collectors since they were first minted in 1909. For years, they were part of everyday life in America, circulating freely in pockets and cash registers. But there's one particular year, 1957, that holds an extraordinary significance, especially if you find the right version of it. So, let's take a journey back in time to understand what makes the 1957 wheat penny so special. The wheat penny, which was in production from 1909 to 1958, was designed by Victor David Brenner. The front of the coin features the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, while the back showcases 2 ears of wheat, symbolizing the agricultural roots of America. This design is simple yet powerful, and it has captured the hearts of collectors for decades. But what makes the 1957 wheat penny different from all the other years of the series? Well, to fully appreciate its value, we need to understand both its historical context and its potential for rarity. By 1957, the wheat penny series was nearing the end of its run. The U.S. Mint had already started planning the introduction of the Lincoln Memorial Cent, which would replace the wheat design in 1959. Therefore, the 1957 wheat penny stands as a bridge between two iconic coin designs, one that represents America's agricultural past and the other that symbolizes the country's dedication to the principles of freedom and democracy. The 1957 wheat penny wasn't just another coin in circulation, it was the last year of the wheat design, making it an important milestone in American numismatic history. But beyond its historical significance, what makes the 1957 wheat penny truly valuable is its rarity, condition, and the potential for minting errors. You see, while the 1957 wheat penny was produced in large quantities, only a small number of these coins were made in such a way that they've become highly sought after by collectors. You might be wondering, why is the 1957 wheat penny so valuable, and what makes it worth such a high price? Let's break it down. First, we need to talk about the coin's rarity. Most of the 1957 wheat pennies you'll find today are not in prime condition. The vast majority were used in everyday transactions and have suffered wear and tear over time. This means that finding one in unblemished, near-perfect condition is exceedingly rare. But here's the thing, coins that are in mint state, especially if they're uncirculated, are in extremely high demand. This is where things get interesting. The 1957 wheat penny, when found in mint state, can fetch a significantly higher price than a coin that's been heavily circulated. But that's not all. Minting errors also play a huge role in the value of this coin. Error coins, such as double strikes, misprints, or even coins with unusual features, are highly prized by collectors. They're unique, they tell a story, and they stand out from the rest. If you happen to have a 1957 wheat penny with a minting error, you could be sitting on something incredibly valuable. Some of the most valuable 1957 wheat pennies have been sold at auctions for tens of thousands of dollars due to these minting errors. Beyond just the rarity, there's also the collector's market to consider. Numismatics is a world where history, art, and commerce converge. The 1957 wheat penny isn't just a coin, it's a piece of history. The fact that it was the final year of the wheat design gives it a special place in the hearts of collectors. This makes it even more desirable, as collectors seek to complete their sets of coins from this era. As time goes on, the 1957 wheat penny continues to be more and more coveted, pushing up its value even further. Now, let's get into the numbers. How much could your 1957 wheat penny be worth? Well, the value depends heavily on the condition of the coin and whether it has any special features like mint errors or rare characteristics. For a 1957 wheat penny in mint state, you could easily see prices ranging from hundreds to thousands of dollars. But here's the kicker: if you have one of these pennies in perfect or near-perfect condition, with absolutely no signs of wear, or even better, one with a rare minting error, you could be looking at a price tag of $70,000, yes, you heard that right. $70,000 for a single 1957 wheat penny. It's an incredible sum for a coin that was once just another piece of pocket change. The 1957 wheat penny serves as a reminder of how numismatics is about much more than just the money. It's about the history, the stories, and the treasure hidden in plain sight. So, how can you tell if you've got one of these rare and valuable 1957 wheat pennies? First, take a close look at the coin's condition. If the coin has been heavily worn or scratched, it's unlikely to be worth much. But if you find one with sharp details and minimal wear, you could be sitting on a hidden gem. Also, check for any mint errors. These can include things like double strikes, off-center impressions, or unusual die marks. If you spot one of these features, you could be holding a coin worth tens of thousands of dollars. As a collector or someone just starting out in the world of coins, it's essential to know what to look for. The 1957 wheat penny isn't just another coin, it's a piece of history with the potential to change your financial future. Whether you inherit a coin collection, find one in your change, or come across it in a yard sale, the value of the 1957 wheat penny should never be underestimated. Always do your research, check the condition, and make sure to get expert advice if you think you found a valuable coin. In conclusion, the 1957 wheat penny is one of those coins that blends history, rarity, and value in a way that few others can match. It's not just a piece of change, it's a symbol of a bygone era, a connection to the past, and potentially, a ticket to a small fortune. If you have a 1957 wheat penny in your possession, it could be worth $70,000, a true testament to the timeless appeal of rare coins. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of one of the most iconic and sought-after coins in American history, the 1960 wheat penny. While this coin may appear simple at first glance, it carries a story of cultural significance, economic history, and yes, hidden value that could make it worth $60,000. If you've ever been curious about why some of these coins are worth so much more than their face value, you're in for a real treat. You may have seen a wheat penny before, perhaps tucked away in a jar of loose change, but the 1960 wheat penny stands out for a few intriguing reasons. First, let's rewind a little to understand the broader context of these pennies. The wheat penny was minted from 1909 to 1958 as part of the U.S. Mint's ongoing efforts to depict American symbols on its coinage. Designed by Victor David Brenner, these pennies feature a portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, with two stalks of wheat on the reverse. The design was simple yet powerful, meant to reflect the nation's agricultural roots, and the wheat was a symbol of prosperity. The 1960 wheat penny is particularly interesting for a number of reasons. By the time it was minted, the wheat penny design was on its last leg. It had been in production for over 50 years and was due to be replaced with the Lincoln Memorial Cent starting in 1959, marking a new chapter in U.S. currency. So, why does the 1960 wheat penny matter, even though it was technically produced at the tail end of the wheat penny series? Well, here's where things get exciting. The 1960 wheat penny has become a symbol of the end of an era. It was the last year for the design, and finding one in perfect, uncirculated condition is a real rarity. These coins were widely circulated, and as a result, most of them are well worn, with visible damage from years of use in daily transactions. But when you come across one in pristine condition, that's when the magic happens. A wheat penny in exceptional quality is extremely rare and highly sought after, making it a valuable find for collectors. So, what makes this particular penny worth so much more than you might expect? The simple answer is rarity and condition. Coins like the 1960 wheat penny were minted in large quantities and circulated for decades. Over time, many of these coins were used in everyday transactions, leading to signs of wear. But a wheat penny in mint condition, where the design is sharp, the edges are intact, and the coin has virtually no signs of wear, becomes a treasure, but the value doesn't stop there. It's not just the condition that determines how much a 1960 wheat penny can be worth. There's also the possibility of error coins, which are highly prized by collectors. Minting errors can occur in a variety of ways: double strikes, misprints, off-center impressions, or even coins that were struck with incorrect dies. A 1960 wheat penny with a minting error could dramatically increase its value, as collectors will pay a premium for these unique pieces. In fact, some of the most valuable 1960 wheat pennies are those with rare minting errors that make them one of a kind. For example, a double die or off-center penny from 1960 could fetch a price far beyond the standard issue. Error coins are like hidden gems, and they hold a fascination for collectors who want to add something truly unique to their collection. The popularity of the 1960 wheat penny has also been boosted by the nostalgia factor. For many people, the wheat penny is a connection to the past, a reminder of a simpler time when pennies like these were common currency. The 1960 wheat penny is, in many ways, a time capsule, a piece of American history that is still very much alive in the world of coin collecting. Now, let's talk about market demand. The world of coin collecting is a dynamic and ever-evolving market, with coins rising and falling in value based on several factors. For the 1960 wheat penny, the demand remains strong due to its historical significance and rarity in pristine condition. Collectors and investors alike are eager to get their hands on coins like these, as they represent more than just a monetary value. They symbolize a piece of American history that is becoming increasingly rare and valuable as time goes on. But how much is this rare piece of history worth? Well, depending on the condition, the price of a 1960 wheat penny can vary greatly. For example, a well-worn penny with little to no collector interest may only fetch a few dollars. However, when you factor in a mint condition coin, one that looks almost brand new, you're talking about a significantly higher price. Some of these coins, particularly those in pristine uncirculated condition, have sold for thousands of dollars. And if you happen to have a 1960 wheat penny with a rare mint error, you could be looking at a price of $60,000. Yes, you heard that right, $60,000 for a single penny. It's incredible to think that something as small as a coin could be worth that much. But this is a testament to the rarity and appeal of coins like the 1960 wheat penny. It's not just a penny, it's a rare treasure that connects us to the history of American coinage and represents a piece of the past that is now incredibly valuable. So, how do you know if you have one of these priceless pennies? First, it's important to inspect the coin closely. Look for signs of wear, such as scratches, discoloration, or flattened details. If the coin is still in excellent condition, with sharp features and little to no damage, you could be in luck. Pay special attention to the details of the wheat stalks on the reverse side and Lincoln's portrait on the front. These areas should be clearly defined and show no signs of wear if the coin is in top condition. Next, check for any potential mint errors. If the coin has any abnormalities, such as an off-center strike, double strike, or other unique characteristics, that could increase its value significantly. Error coins are rare and often more valuable than regular coins, so if you find a 1960 wheat penny with an error, you could be sitting on a real gem. Remember, the world of numismatics can be complex, and values fluctuate based on demand and condition. If you think you found a rare 1960 wheat penny, it's always a good idea to have it professionally evaluated by a numismatist or a trusted coin dealer. They can help you determine its authenticity, condition, and potential value, giving you the knowledge to make the best decision. In conclusion, the 1960 wheat penny is a remarkable coin that represents the end of an era in American coinage. It's a symbol of the country's agricultural history, and its place in numismatic history is cemented by its rarity and demand among collectors. Whether you're looking to sell, trade, or simply admire this historical treasure, one thing is clear: the 1960 wheat penny can be worth an incredible amount of money. If you have a pristine, uncirculated coin, or one with a rare minting error, it could fetch as much as $60,000.